this only success. And we are ready, and we are sure Labre is ready. We are ready for success. It is that the Southern Peninsula is on a wave of industrialization. And we see in the distance, not too far in the distance, city status. We say tonight that in the South we are ready, open and willing and welcome to any multinational companies and foreign investments to the Southern Industrial Peninsula. And we're accustomed because we've had UOBT, Shell, Bechtel, Atlantic LNG, and Alutrint now. But ladies and gentlemen, we must be prepared to do our part. And this is only through discipline, production, and tolerance. We say a special good night to the people of Labre and to my brother, the Member of Parliament for Labre, the Honorable Fitzgerald Jeffrey. I'm not going to talk about constitutional reform because the Prime Minister will deal with that, but we in Point Fortin are ready for that as well. And later on in the education program on the matter of regional integration, we won't say that we're ready, we'll say that we're past that stage. Because here in Point Fortin, we have been integrating with our fellow Caribbean people for decades. And I dare ask, how many of you here tonight are of Vincentian and Grenadian roots, yes? Even I am, and it's one love. And we will come later on in our stage of, in the stage of our education program to international governance and foreign policy. And I want to say that in Point Fortin, we are used to foreign too. It is that the people of Icacos, Cedros, and Fullerton are beneficiaries of a fishing agreement signed in 1997 between the governments of Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago, separating the waters that we in the Southern Peninsula will enjoy. And it is that we at Trinidad and Tobago is about to renegotiate that once again. But at this point, I want to say how important Point Fortin it is, because it is that some important things do in fact come in small packages and in small communities. Soldado Rock, which is just off Point Fortin. You may not be able to see it, but maybe the Moko-Jumbies can. It is that in 1942, at the height of the Second World War, World War II, the British, acting on behalf of Trinidad, we were a colony then, signed a treaty, and a treaty is an agreement, called the Gulf of Paria Treaty, that specified which waters belong to Trinidad and Tobago. And that includes the Gulf of Paria and also Columbia's Channel. And the British proposed, and what Venezuela agreed to, was that the boundary line would be drawn around Soldado Rock, and that area would be ours, the seabed, the mineral wealth, and all of it. And it is a fact that those fields around Soldado Rock have produced and continue to produce to this day hundreds of millions of barrels of oil. And the significance of this rock is that small communities like Point Fortin can and do make big contributions to this nation. And as our Jamaican brethren would say, we're little, but we tell a lot. And Point Fortin is important to this nation. I have to close now, but we want to say in closing that Point Fortin is ready for reform, yes? But I say in the face of those changes, there are two things that must remain constant. Two things, and you could tell me. One is that this government is the only government, and it is only the PNM government that is capable and will take this country to developed nation status by the year 2020. We're on our wave. And the other is, and you could guess, it is only one leader, and one leader only, that we could do this with. And that is, he is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the political leader of the PNM, the Member of Parliament for San Fernando East, the Honorable Patrick Manning. Ladies and gentlemen, great is our leader, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail.
And let's say hello to all our listeners live on I-95.5 FM, on Channel 4, on CNMG, and on Radio Tambran, and all those people who are viewing this meeting live on www.pnm.org.tt. Let's say good evening. As we move along in the program, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to introduce our first performer for this evening. He is of international repute, performing in the United Kingdom, in the US of A, and around the Caribbean islands. A saxophonist by profession and a charmer by trade. Let's welcome Mr. Francis Prime, performing People Need the Lord.